finally, I am blossoming. Yeah, I'm saying that because when I was a kid, I used to be very close to my uncle Anas. He was a pilot, and his job really made me dream. Always dressed with an elegant uniform, always busy, very rich. But what made me dream the most? All the cities he visited thanks to his job. New York, Los Angeles, Cape Town, Shanghai. So many cities I was really dreaming to be a pilot. So, of course, obviously when people asked me what job I wanted to do when I grew up, my answer was, I want to be a pilot. I want to travel the world. I imagined all the cool things I can do as a pilot. After successfully landing, putting on this classy hat, I don't know, being escorted by air stewardesses. Yeah. The taxi is waiting for me to take me to my luxury hotel. I imagine during my trips I will be visiting the city, I will be listening to the local music, chatting with the local people, eating the local food, drinking the local beers. No, I was a child, I was not imagining this. But I always thought, when I was that age, and I still think, there's something magical that happens when you travel. But I realized that it's not necessarily something related to the luxury hotel you're going to or the exciting activities that you can do. During my recent trips, I realized that there are also some deeper things that can make the experience very enriching, and these things you don't necessarily think about them when you're a kid. For example, during my trips, I love connecting to the local culture in a deeper way by learning a new language. I love learning new languages. I love practicing Spanish, for example. I feel I'm a citizen of the world, and I want to be a local person everywhere I go. That's why I really like to learn new languages. For example, when I spent a few months in Barcelona, I found it really exciting to feel like a local person, to go to the neighborhood marketplace and to develop friendships with the vendors. Hola, Roberto. See, it's easier when you speak the language. But there are also some words that some countries can use that doesn't exist in our mother tongues. For example, in Spanish, trasnochar means stay awake the whole night. Okay, don't ask me why I've chosen this example. There's also the French word assumer that doesn't exist in English. Okay, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying English people don't assume. But what is very interesting as well when you travel is to challenge the beliefs you have about the people and to the beliefs you have on the way they are living. When I arrived in Lille, it was in 2010 from Morocco, and entered this engineering school, a lot of my fellow students were really surprised to learn that in Morocco we have cities that are not in the desert. That we can drink alcohol as well. That we are allowed to wear jeans and t-shirts, not only jalabas. Yeah, you have to travel to change the way your perception of people and the way they are living. But what is very exciting for me when I travel is the moment I meet new people. That's why I like to travel alone. When I meet new people, my perception of the world changes. It's been 8 years I have left my home country. Sorry, Mom. And I traveled a lot these years, and yes, my perception changed, but traveling doesn't necessarily cost a lot. When I'm here in a Toastmasters meeting, I feel like I'm traveling. People from different culture, from different backgrounds, and yes, it's like a travel. This makes the experience very enriching. Most of us here in Toastmasters, we live in a country, we don't live in a country where we were born, but we don't necessarily know all the hidden benefits that living in a foreign country can bring. There are so many. For example, psychologists have discovered that the more you travel, the better you are at problem solving. If, for example, you live abroad during a certain period of time, it helps you think outside the box and find different solutions to a single problem. We have the chance to live in a moment of history where we can travel the whole world in few hours, so take advantage. You have to travel, but don't do like most of the tourists in Paris, taking picture the whole time and forgetting to absorb everything around you. You have to breathe, you have to take a break. You need this break in your daily routine. You need it, and remember that in a piece of music, it's the break and the rest that gives this piece its beauty and its shape.